It was a rainy evening when I first heard the rumors, whispers that made the hairs on my arms stand up. 15 years had passed since Maya vanished without a trace, leaving my world shattered. Everyone in the small town had moved on, or at least pretended to, but not me. I still remembered her laugh echoing down the dusty lanes, the way her eyes sparkled even when the sun had disappeared behind the clouds. And now, as the storm raged outside, a strange unease settled in my chest. Something told me she was coming back. I was walking home from work, umbrella barely holding against the wind, when I saw her silhouette at the end of the street. My heart froze, pounding against my ribs as if trying to escape. Could it really be her? I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and there she was, Maya. Older, yet unmistakably her, standing there drenched and staring at me as if trying to read my mind. The world seemed to blur around her. I wanted to run toward her, scream her name, but my legs refused to move. The storm's howl seemed to drown out everything, leaving only the sound of my racing heartbeat. I slowly approached, each step feeling heavier than the last. Maya, I whispered, barely daring to breathe. Her eyes flickered with a mix of fear, relief, and something I couldn't name. She didn't answer. She only held out a small, worn-out envelope. My hands trembled as I took it, feeling the weight of the past pressing down on me. Inside was a letter, scrawled in her familiar handwriting. I had to leave, but I never stopped thinking of you. There's so much you don't know, and I'm sorry. Meet me at the old pier at midnight. I'll explain everything. My mind raced. 15 years. No calls. No letters. Just silence. And now, suddenly, she was back, asking for a meeting in the dead of night. 1,000 questions screamed in my head, but one feeling drowned them all: hope. The hope that maybe, just maybe, I could finally understand why she left, why she disappeared from my life without warning. By the time midnight came, I found myself standing at the edge of the old pier. The fog hung low over the water, reflecting the moonlight in ghostly streaks. And there she was, waiting. My voice caught in my throat, but I managed a shaky, "Why?" Maya's eyes filled with tears, and for the first time in 15 years, I saw her vulnerability. "I had no choice," she whispered. "I'll explain everything, but promise me you'll stay until I finish." I nodded, swallowing the lump in my throat, as she began to unravel the story I had longed to hear for over a decade. She told me about a secret life, about a family that had hidden her away for her safety, about dangers I could never have imagined. She spoke of threats, lies, and sacrifices that left me stunned. Every word dug deep into my heart, opening wounds that had never fully healed, yet also stitching together the missing pieces of our shared past. The hours passed like minutes, and as dawn broke over the horizon, I realized something: Maya wasn't just back, she had brought with her a chance to rebuild everything we had lost. My chest ached with a mixture of pain and relief. And just as the first light kissed her face, I whispered, "Welcome back." Life after her return was far from easy. Maya's presence stirred memories I had buried, emotions I had convinced myself were dead. The town, once quiet and familiar, now felt foreign and charged with tension. Everyone had questions, and we both knew that sooner or later, the truth would no longer stay hidden in whispers. Maya confided in me about her struggles, about living under a new identity, constantly moving, never able to form lasting connections. She revealed the people she had to deceive, the choices that weighed on her every waking moment, and the guilt that had haunted her relentlessly. I listened, torn between anger and empathy. How could someone leave so suddenly, yet carry so much pain? Yet, seeing her before me, broken but still standing, my heart softened. I realized that the girl I had loved 15 years ago had endured unimaginable trials, and perhaps my anger was selfish compared to her suffering. We spent hours walking through familiar streets, places that once held laughter and memories now overshadowed by loss. But as we talked, laughed, and sometimes fell silent, a fragile bond began to form again. It wasn't perfect, there were cracks, uncertainties, and lingering shadows, but it was alive. Then came the moment I had dreaded and secretly hoped for, the explanation about why she had left me, why she had disappeared without a word. With tears streaming down her face, Maya revealed the final piece of the puzzle: someone powerful had threatened to destroy everything I held dear if she stayed. Her departure wasn't abandonment, it was survival. And in that choice, she had hoped to protect me, even if it meant sacrificing her own happiness. My heart ached in ways I hadn't imagined. 15 years of pain, confusion, and longing condensed into a single moment of understanding. I wanted to scream, to cry, to hold her close and never let go. Slowly, carefully, I reached for her hand. She didn't pull away. Instead, her fingers intertwined with mine, sealing a promise we had both waited far too long to make. The town watched, curious whispers spreading like wildfire, but none of that mattered. In that moment, it was just us, two souls reconnecting after a lifetime apart. We walked to the edge of the pier again, where it had all begun, and stared at the horizon together. A new beginning, forged from pain, secrets, and an unwavering love that had survived the impossible. Maya turned to me, eyes glistening. I'm here to stay this time. No more running. My heart leapt. 15 years had tested us, but finally, we had found our way back to each other. As we embraced, the world seemed to hold its breath, letting us have this moment before reality returned. And as the sun rose, painting the sky with hues of hope and promise, I knew that everything had truly changed. If you were moved by this story, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to join us for more emotional and gripping tales like Maya's. Your support helps these stories reach those who need them most.